and serving or that have served in the past, and we go straight to Tosin ADELOYE. Tosin ADELOYE, we know that is a fantastic athlete, but unfortunately this happened.
Well, for Tosin, I think it's a career that started on the wrong footing. If at 16 you're already being caught for drugs, then it doesn't really speak well. From the records, Tosin was caught for drugs at the 2012 National Sports Festival in Lagos, and she was given a 2-year ban. And that's what I say. Yes, at 16 she's naive, peer pressure, perhaps even the coach might even give you something that you don't know what it contains, because sometimes you see desperate coaches that just want to make a result and they give their athletes all sorts just to boost their performance, and these athletes may not even know what they're taking. And so if you caught her a slack as a 16-year-old being caught for drugs and she was given a 2-year ban, that is understandable. But for her to be caught 3 years later using even a more a steroid this time around, and that ended an 8-year ban, so that's really not a good one. Like I said, the career started on the wrong footing. Yes, she has a couple of medals for herself, but I just hope that if indeed she decides to come back into athletics, she has learned her lessons and she would want to run clean and win clean.
Yes, also can remind us of that short put that athletes that can remind us of what Blessing OKAGBARE is doing in athletics. She's as good as that. That's talking about CHUKWUEMEKA Vivian.
Yeah, like I put it in that article, she's what Blessing is to the sprint, she's to the throws. She dominated the scene for so long. No one comes close at the national championship. I remember those days when you go to Calabar, you're already sure that she's going to get the gold, and that has always been the case. This another, right now she's actually serving a life ban, and that shows the gravity of offense. At the first time when she was being suspended for dope, it was a tug of war. She made some claims about being victimized and all that, and while she couldn't prove her case, she was given a 2-year ban, which she served and came back. But on the eve of, I think, the London 2012 Olympics, she got tested again, and she had a banned substance. You know, these substances, they are in levels. There are some substances that can earn you a 2-year ban. There are some steroids that get you 4-year ban, and some a lifetime ban. And I think she fell into the life ban category, and that's it. So her dominance was cut short. Like if you look at record, I think 18.63 thereabouts that she set almost 20 years ago, up until now.
Yeah, but was that under the influence of that drug?
Well, you can't. The thing about performances is that yes, at different times athletes are tested. So if you go for a particular competition, you were tested and nothing comes out, then you can't solely put it on the on drugs. And so it will be how will I say it? It might be too harsh to believe, to want to say everything she did was under the influence of drugs.
I'm sure a lot of people have not heard about. Sorry, a lot of people have not heard about her in a long while.
Yeah, of course. No, she's not based there. She's based in the United States. I'm sure she will have moved on with her life. There's more to life than athletics. If you don't make a headway through athletics, then there are 1,001 things that you can do, I'm sure. So we've not really heard much about her, but I'm sure she's doing well in the United States.
We also have a certain NATHANIEL Glory, who also became a victim of this. Yeah,
for NATHANIEL, that's another. I think she's by now she should be rounding up a band. Like I said, sometimes I've spoken to some sports medicine practitioners, and for my interaction with them, sincerely, not all athletes go all out there to use drugs. There are some things that this, as little as trying to, how I say, maybe for the ladies, maybe your menstrual period and things like that. There are drugs that you and I can take that is not harmful for us. But as an athlete, there's a way it helps your performance. So that is why they call it performance enhancing drug. So sometimes these athletes just need to be properly orientated. That's why the AI, for example, every other year they tell you these lists are upgraded. Some drugs last year were not counted as banned substances, but this year they already joined the list. But most of these athletes don't even know that ABC drugs is now a banned substance. And before you know it, because they were able to use it in 2014 or 2015 or 2019 and 2020, you think you can still do the same in 2022. If you are tested and it is found in your system, then that's an infraction. And like they say, ignorance is no excuse before the law. Once you are found guilty, you have to serve your punishment. So for Onome, I think she's about running up a ban. We just hope, because it's very difficult when you go through that route of being banned, being ostracized from the game you love. It takes a little bit of extra for you to come back to be at the level you were before, or even do better. So we wait to see if she will actually be coming back to do what she knows how to do best.
On interesting story for Tega.
Yeah, for Tega, he actually started out brightly also, winning at the 18th National Sports Festival. I think his drug infraction was in 2019 thereabouts, and he's serving a 4-year ban. Yeah, 4-year ban that will elapse in 2023. So not much in terms of medals. I think he got something at Mauritius at the World Juniors. African Juniors. And so it's not really been too an exciting career like you would want it to be. So the drug issue was going to be another setback. It's just like taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps backwards. So after that issue in 2019, he has actually been under the radar. You've not really heard too much from him. I'm sure by now he would be gearing up for his return. 2023 is around the corner, less than a year now. The ban would fully elapse. But it's one thing for the ban to elapse, it's another thing for you to still be in that good shape that can see you conquer the world. So it's very, very difficult, like I said earlier.